All right. Hi, Corey. Hello, hello. So tonight I have a new camera, and now you can again see the wide into my hallway. And I was kind of messing around with the settings. I didn't realize how bright it was, so I was trying to figure it out. So it might look a little off until I get it sorted. I had to change the camera because the other one was so grainy, and I'd had enough of it. It was a Nexigo off-brand or something. So we have a new Logitech, and I'll monkey around with it later. I had all day to do it, but I didn't do it until right before I got in there. Hi, Trudy. Hi, Kat. Welcome. All right. So yes, we have live readings on all the illegal news. So kind of adopting that from the Bulwark because I love that. I think we can utilize that here because that's pretty much what we're doing. Hi, Jackie B. All right. Oh, I gotta hold on. I forgot to do. I'm like so out of practice, y'all. All right, let me get this up here. All right. Questions in all caps if you got them. I do have some subjects, of course, because there's so much happening. Um, Please let me know if the sound is okay. If there's anything wrong, I can fix it without going offline. I have mastered some things. um, oh, hi, Kat. I haven't started doing those yet, but you know, I am going to start up. I mean, I've never done them privately yet. I'm not saying I won't because I may just get into that eventually. But I am going to start up some mini readings here again. I used to do that on my old channel a lot, and so I really am going to start getting it back in the groove. I miss this, and I miss you guys, and I finally fixed the video. And that was another thing that drove me crazy was that video. So that camera. So I bought it. I got a new one. It was like yesterday. I bought a vacuum cleaner. I bought a camera. Today I fought with the furnace trying to get I went through 3 filters because it breaks. So it's been quite the day. But the good thing is that all of that did not make me feel like I didn't want to be here. So I definitely want to be here with you guys. So hi, Old Silver and Carolyn. So maybe I will, Kat, at some point. But I think I'm gonna start practice here doing the personal readings, and then once I feel like I'm back with that, maybe I'll delve into private readings. So I'm not sure what that looks like. I've never been in business for myself. But anyway, I digress. We're here to talk about this is Resistance Tarot, right? Yes. Oh, yeah, Trudy. I think I do. I bought a smaller one just in case. In case I broke all of them, and I was like, I'm gonna put something in here. Anyway. All right. Well, let's get into this. I hope everybody's okay. I just want to check in with everyone. And yeah, so let's see who we've got. We got Corey. We got Trudy. Thank you, Trudy. And I learned how to hype my videos. Trudy, I know you're probably not supposed to, but I'll try. It didn't cost me anything. Hi, Jackie B. It's kind of fun. I can help. Now I can hype other people's videos too. I like the idea. Okay, there's Kat was asking me, need a break. Oh. All right, we got Old Silver. We got Carolyn. Hello. I know I'm clicking fast. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. All right. Okay. Hi, Rose Blue. Oh, good. Good for you, Rose Blue. So, all right. So I got the camera above. And let's see. Yes, good, Silver. I know I need to get mine. My drugstore was calling saying, we have the shots. Yes. So please, whatever you do, and I just want to say, public service announcement, right? I'm a former HHS vet, and I retired in February. Whatever RFK Jr. says to you or you hear on the news, just ignore him. Do not listen to him. I can promise you that nobody in HHS is listening to him either. Okay. All right. And with that, let's see what's going on. All right. So there are, of course, we can't forget one thing. Let's not forget. This is very important. We must remember that we must get what? The Epstein files. So there it is. I refuse to let it go. We're going to get it. And yes. So, yes, things like that are going to be popping up from time to time. So, did you guys see what happened at Quantico? Was it yesterday? Oh, with the craziness. Cake Seth and Taco were up there and embarrassing themselves in front of the brass. Oh, Lordy. So, yeah, the Posse Comitatus Act prevents the military from being used against the citizens and from acting as law enforcement. Oh, well, Rose Blue, the military can't remove him. That's not how that works. That's why we have impeachment. Yeah. See, this is what gets me is that the confusion with the military a lot. And yeah, there are a lot of what WTFs in that room, definitely. So I remember during 1.0, a friend of mine kept asking me, do you think that he's going to use the military to keep him in power? And I'm like, well, he's not allowed to, number one. And I'm like, they can't do that. And you don't want them to do that or to keep him out. The military is not supposed to be involved in any of that. So I don't want them doing any of those things because then we're in trouble. It's bad enough we have National Guard in DC. And as you guys know, I've been down there and I'm planning to go back this week. If all works out, I'm going to be downtown. I'm not promising a stream. I just want to go down. I'll take pictures. I want to try and interview Jolly Good Ginger. They told me I could do it the last time. I didn't because there was a lot going on, but I am returning. All right. But that was crazy. Yeah, we are already in trouble. Yeah. What I want to see the military do, though, is refuse to follow an illegal and unlawful order. And by the way, federal employees also can do that because we also have an oath to the Constitution. I'm a retired Fed, but I will never give up my oath. And as far as I'm concerned, they cannot throw out the Constitution. So if that's illegal too, you can't just Trump can't just unilaterally throw out our Constitution. That's not for him to do. So it is for the states and for the people. It belongs to us. All right, let's get in here. Let me look at, yes. Oh, to protect the country. Oh, yes. Well, as long as they continue on and do their job the way they're supposed to, which I predict they will. I don't think they're going to do it. They're not going to, I think someone's going to sit them down and say, look, we can't do this stuff. We're not going to do this stuff. That's not our job. It's illegal. So, yes. Yes, absolutely, Silver. All right, so why don't we look at it anyway? Let's pull some cards and see what's going on. What do you think? Because I think we can do that. Boy, this background's really dark, isn't it? I should change that. What do you think? It's a little dark back there. I didn't even think to do that. Where's the story? All right, really quick. Actually, I'll put the leaves back here. It's fall. Okay. All right, let's see what we've got. All right. All right. Well, I got some notes here. I'm going to start with that and then we'll dive into your questions. And you are welcome to ask questions and please do them in all caps and we'll see what we get. And I'm going to look at, sorry. my hair's in my face. I'm going to look at the meeting yesterday. Let's look at what, maybe the general feeling of how the general feeling of how the generals felt. Let's see how the brass was feeling with this craziness. How are they feeling when in the meeting? Hi, T-Lyn. Yeah, they're in Portland. Oh, God. Poor Portland. It's just, they don't deserve that. They just don't. All right, let's see what the general feeling was in there, because I really got the sense that they did not enjoy any of this. And don't forget, for entertainment purposes only. Yeah. Sorry for my bruised arm here. My backpack got me when I was traveling. It wasn't fun. So it'll go away. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're talking about General Hertling? Yeah, I saw him today. He was just like, this is just not. That was terrible, too. He was just seriously just being condescending to all of them. Some of those guys are, pushing in their 60s and 70s. They're not going to be doing PT and all that stuff. Are you kidding? They don't have to. They're the brains behind everything, right? All right, so what do I have here? I hope everything looks good. I was trying to adjust this camera because it looked blurry. All right. Okay, let's get into the cards here. This energy. All right, 8 of Cups. We've got the 8 of Cups here. We've got the Knight of Sticks, the 10 of Blades, the 5 of Blades, and the 6 of Sticks. Okay, so I really feel when I see the 8 of Cups, it makes me feel like the way that they were looking at Kegseth, I don't want to say their names because it's just kind of like they're so litigious, but he was a failed, I don't know, recruit or something. I forget what his story was necessarily, but he couldn't make it. So I feel like this is felt like his revenge, Knight of the Sticks, the adventure. So he looked at this like, I'm going to pull all these people in. But they were looking at it like it was a complete disaster with the 10 of Blades. So it's just ruin. Hi, Laura. Yes, Keg Seth. That's what I call him. So 5 of Blades also, which is defeat. I mean, they were just I think everybody it feels like they were flabbergasted. This, he was a failure. It was just like a power play kind of thing. It's just, 6 of Sticks. Yeah, I don't see for them, Taco and Kegseth felt like it was a big win, and they're completely devoid of reality. They're not living in the same reality that we are. Oh, National Guard. Yes. And, that's true, T-Lyn, because he can't do those. They showed him and his legs are going up and he can't get up. I can't do them. I wouldn't try. But, it's just ridiculous. So they're just morons. But let's see if I can get it better. This is the first reading of the day here. So this is kind of the warm up, I think. Oh, burden. It was a real burden, and it was very expensive for everybody to get there. I mean, these people don't have any idea what's involved with travel. It's just, the people asking them to be there, telling them to be there, no clue. So it was a real burden for them to pick up and go. With the Page of Coins, we're talking about, they thought they might, well, technically when they get together like that, they're supposed to receive actual news, but instead it was sort of being berated. I don't know. This just felt like with the 6 of Coins, it just feels like it was more for MAGA. Delulu land. They were annoyed and bored in the audience. Yeah, it was a very failed power play. So I just don't. I'm gonna use a different set of cards too. Let's see. So I don't know. Oh, Mike Johnson. Oh Lord, when I see him, I call him Sacred Mike because he's got that fake sweet smile thing that he has going on. I can't stand it. And he just lies and has that smile, and it's horrible. I don't care. I'm not holding back. I refuse to let them shut us up. That's part of the reason, I wanted to get back in here so badly and stay here. Were any of them actually optimistic going into that gathering? When I looked at it, I mean, there might have been a couple. It feels like there were a couple in the background, which we could also hear, right? So there were a couple people that might have been, but I think the majority of them, no. Yeah, but government travel is like a nightmare. So I'm not sure if DOD, it's a little different, I think, with the military, but no matter how they get there, there's either tickets. I don't know if they took military planes. I don't know what that is, but that costs money, gas, moving people, per diem, where are people going to stay? All this, I just don't know. They have no idea when they ask them to do this. And apparently they do it a couple times a year anyway. So why? So anyway, I don't know. Do you guys have any, like, I know we're kind of looking at that. I guess I could pull a couple cards. I'll do it. I'm going to use the Murder Crows because I'm feeling like that. I'm feeling a little dark. But that also brought up other feelings about the situation that I don't know. These people are making really bad choices. And it's going to piss off a lot of people in this country. So I don't know. I haven't used these cards in a long time. These were like Inquisitive Tarot Channel 1.0. I used them all the time. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen these in a while, so I might need a minute. All right, we got 2 of Cups, Temperance, 5 of Swords, Judgment, and the Lovers. Interessante. Okay. Which is interesting is I got 2 of Cups here and I got Lovers over here. There's a lot of like water energy over here. So here with the Temperance. I mean, I feel like going into it, I think in some sense they really didn't know what it was, and they really weren't sure what they were going to get. They knew it wasn't going to be good though, because they're just, I mean, they can see what's going on in the rest of the country pretty much. They can see what's going on. And again, with the 5 of Swords, it was a real disappointment. And, this is a defeat over here for sure. But no, I think it made up a lot of their minds, I think, when they got there. I think there's going to be decisions that are going to be made on whether or not they're going to carry out all this stuff. See, part of the problem that Kegseth is doing, and I worked with a lot of people that used to work in DOD, and I'm not going to call it Department of War. It's still DOD until they've officially done some stuff with it. But you have to do policies. You have to do, standard operating procedures. You got to you just don't make a proclamation in a government agency, and probably not with DOD either, and just be like, oh, we're going to do it this way. Well, and they think that they're going to ignore EEO and they're going to do all this stuff. As far as I know, those laws are still there. Although I know where I was, they kicked out EEO before I retired, which sent me into I was mad. So I was pretty mad. So, I mean, it's just wrong, everything that they're trying to do. And so if those laws are still in place, he can't do all this stuff. So, FAFO. Okay. Tell him FAFO, right? All right. So decisions. So that the generals are going to go back to their posts. They're going to talk amongst themselves, and they're going to figure out how they are going to be able to deal with these new edicts or whatever the hell it is that he's trying to do. And with the lovers over here, again, there's partnerships, kind of like what I'm talking about. We got partnership cards and things like that in here. People are going to work together, and they might already have policy in place that's going to prevent a lot of these crazy ideas from happening. And thankfully we have the Posse Comitatus Act already, which will probably stop them from going into the cities. And they don't want to do that. I mean, yeah. All right, we've got 2. All right, it's our Dominion card. 9 of Cups. 9 of Swords. It's like, why is this one? What's happening? Okay, yeah. All right. This is that anxiety card. It is it's causing them some anxiety. See these 2 9s here? This is that abundance. I mean, they've got it good right now. They know how things are supposed to work, and it works. Things are going well. We have the best military in the world. But yeah, they're trying to do this like, this is my agency now. Like Keg Seth is trying to be, ooh. And of course, Taco doesn't know where he is or what's going on half the time. I'm going to say that. We had to put up with it, them saying all that stuff about Biden, which wasn't always true. But more and more, I don't know that Taco is up for this. I mean, he should be there. So anyway, but there's 2 of Wands over here. They're trying to put their foot or put their thumb on or pressure the generals. Are trying to get them to do what they want them to do. So, but the generals are like, we have our thing put together. This is our game. This is our troops, and they respect us, and blah blah blah. And I don't think they want to deal with, but it is going to cause some anxiety on their. Anyway, it's just I'm having trouble getting it out of my mouth. So yes, it's happening to me too. Woo! All right, I just want to pull one from here. Yes, Scourge. Yeah, that's pretty much, and the feeling. It's them just the way that they berated everybody and said those horrible things to them was insulting. It was extremely insulting to the generals, and they're also feeling that way for their troops. And I don't know. I don't think that Kegzeth and Taco are going to get the outcome that they want. I don't think they're going to get what they want. So I think it's going to cause problems. They're not going to get it. So it didn't look, the faces in there did not look like they were enthused to go down the road. It just didn't. I don't think they will. So, all right. So yeah, do you guys have questions at all? Wait, let me look at see if there's anything in here. Your comments. There aren't any new ones on that. They are Scourge. Yes, they are. All right. So, I was going to look at the troops in U.S. cities, but I think I really answered that, and I kind of talked about it. All right, so we have the government shutdown, which I have to say, thank God I'm not involved in this year, because I would have had there'd be spreadsheets running around, and I have to answer whether or not my contractors could keep working or not. And oh, I didn't see your question. Was it in all caps? If you do it in all caps or put emojis around it, then I can see it. But no, I didn't know it was a question. I have to look. Yeah, if I can't. Oh, you did put it in all caps. Okay, I got it. Sorry about that. Okay. Sorry about that, cat. I got it. I got it. You did it. All right. Yeah, Saccharin Johnson. Oh. All right, I'll come back to this shutdown later, but yeah, the shutdown is another one. I had somebody ask me about that the other day, so I told them I'd read on it. It hadn't happened yet, so for me, it's like until there's a shutdown, there's nothing to read on. But yeah, we'll look at that. Hi, Pegasus. Oh no. Yeah, you might actually want to contact the park that you want to go to or the ones that you want to go to and find out, because I know everybody's short staffed right now because of the stupidity of deleting all the offices without knowing what anybody does. So annoyed. Okay. Do I see anything interesting coming out regarding Mike Johnson? Well, full disclosure, I did hear, wait, this chair feels like it's, I have to pull myself up here. A minute. I feel like I'm like disappearing. All right. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I think I need to close this so I can do it. Wait a minute. My chair is so low. I'm disappearing. Whoa. I'm trying to pull it up. All right. This is like total chaos over here. Here's my resist pillow. So gotta have this back here. All right. I know it was just my chair is like, I got this new camera and everything's sort of messed up. So, all right, this has to go down slightly. All right. It's always chaos. Okay. All right, let's look at Mike Johnson. So I started to say, full disclosure, I had heard that there is sort of some stuff going on with him. So, I don't know. I forget where it was, but okay. Now, I think he has a big secret. Yes, Mike Johnson on Grindr. He has a big secret. So, and he's very like hyper religious and everything. And I sometimes, let me switch this. I sometimes feel like when people are like that, there's something they're hiding. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I used to be, like I said, I used to be a Catholic. I was a practicing for like a long time. And it meant something to me. Not all the institutional BS, but the faith. I still have faith in God and everything, but I'm not like using it to push down other people. You should never do that. And people, I don't know. It's just there's something wrong with him. Something's not right. Right? All right, I'll pull some cards. Let's just see. Let's see what they say. That's more fun. I can sit here yakking. I don't know. All right, let's see. I'll use the Halloween trick or treat tarot. All right. Yeah, I got all the. Yes, he is so fake. I can't stand to hear him talk. I can't do it. Hi, Todd Brown. I was going to touch on the shutdown thing. I will do it. Glad you're here. Okay. I'm starting to tell a story, and then I got distracted with this question. So, hi, Dina T. He's definitely a phony. That's why I just feel like the way that he acts, and he's so happy to be nasty to other people or to the Democrats and stuff like that. You're not a very good Christian if that's what he's trying to do. You're not supposed to do that stuff. So I don't believe him. Yeah, he is phony. I don't believe him. Okay, 6 of Swords. Journey. Hermit. 10 of Wands. I missed all these cards, you guys, and you guys. Right, I think I need a sip of water. That's why I can't talk. Oh, yes, this comment right here. Wait, where'd it go? Gay man hating gay men, but then reaching out on Grindr when he travels away from his poor wife. I know. It's just ridiculous. Okay. He has a bunch of kids and even wow. Yeah, he's hiding something. All right. And for entertainment purposes only. So litigious MAGA snowflakes. All right. I'm sorry. I don't have any filter left anymore. I just am saying it. I'm going to say what we all feel, and they're all snowflaking out, and you can't say anything. And oh my gosh, they're the only ones who could say anything. No, this is America. All right. 6 of Swords. So yeah, so he's a short timer because I think it's very possible that the Democrats are going to get the House. That I would like to see Jeffries get, a little stronger on some things. 7 of Wands. I don't know. He's fighting his fake battles. They have these fake battles that they're fighting with the Democrats all the time, right? I mean, doesn't it seem like it? It's like they're lying about all this stuff. And even Taco's doing that where they're fake battling. It's like there's this big battle against the left and the Democrats, and it's just fake battle. It doesn't exist. So I don't know what's going on there. So that's what he's doing. He's carrying on. Here's the Hermit. There's secrets, right? Secrets that he has that he's doesn't want to come out, but they're out. They're coming out. And 10 of Wands. All right, we have the burden. So I'm not sure what's the burden. Maybe the burden is all the lies that he always has to say, but he's just going to continue to do all of that. But there's a hope thing here with the star. I'm trying to think where. Let's look. I have to do there it is. Clarifier. I can't find my words. I haven't done this in a while. SCOTUS ruled Taco can't fire. Oh, yes, I saw that. He can't fire Lisa Cook. Yes, they're political theater. Yes, the shutdown is real, though, unfortunately. And I'm very upset they're threatening to fire people, which is not good. We never had to worry about that. They weren't supposed to do that. Okay, this is weird because I had this in another reading. Okay. Well, Ace of Swords, I don't know, he's just going to keep acting like he's got a victory. Oh, yes. That's right, T-Lynn. There is somebody threatening. I saw that. The Ace of Swords. So, I don't know. He's going to keep acting like he's winning. The shutdown is a pause, or they're, holding back. But I don't know. He still feels like, see, all these people, they still feel like they're in control, and they just, I don't know. 2 of Swords. Epstein files. Decision on an Epstein file. I feel like it's the files. It's like those are going to come, back at some point. So they're not going to be able to get away from the Epstein files. So, nope. Yeah. The crossroads. It's just all this stuff going on. So, yeah. And then, I mean, he's in a lot of a mess right now anyway, because they still need to swear in that Arizona congresswoman that won. He does have his, like, the Grindr threat. I don't even know if he knows about it or not, but I did see that. And if they don't swear her in, they're going to release that information. And let me see if we put that up here. Wait a minute. I want to find your comment. Where did it go? The man. Where is that? Yes, here, T. Lin. Yeah, so there's a man threatening to release his profile. So he has a lot of stuff happening. I don't know. I guess I could look at it more of an overall. Let's look at it. What else he has coming? Yeah, I need to calm my energy. I haven't done this in a while, so it's kind of like a little spastic. Apologies. All right. But yeah, if you were new here, I was always a little bit chaotic with my solo shows, and we would have fun though. So I'm trying to. We have to laugh with everything going on, or we're going to lose it. I refuse to let them break me. All right. I'm just going to pull, just do 4. And move on to another subject. Yeah. Oh. Oops, sorry. Come on, switch. All right. I couldn't get it to move. All right. All right. Just overall, see, my hair keeps tickling me. That's why I keep doing this. All right. Ace of Swords, 8 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's just, he's just going to keep putting on a show. It's like it's just the big show, you know? A journalist is going to vet it. They should. That's doing journalism. I hope so. All right. Yeah, they're just going to keep on with the illusion and just keep acting like, you know, I just feel like he knows all the stuff he's doing is wrong. He just absolutely knows it. All right, let me grab these. Okay. So it's temporary. So it's like, but I think he's also going to lose Speaker of the House. I don't even know how many of the Republicans respect him. It doesn't feel like he has a lot, right? 5 of Wands, and then there's which one is this? It's like all of a sudden I'm drawing a blank about the card. So why it's doing that right there. Yeah, it's infighting. It's like infighting. It's kind of, yeah, there's infighting. I didn't even notice that. That's what this card was over here. But yet they're still trying to have a strong, yeah, the Republicans are still trying to stick together, I guess. And they want of course, their tax cuts. I don't know. It's just the charade that they constantly play. So it's going to be there. So I don't know. I mean, I want to go back to what I was saying about the shutdowns, because I used to have to live through that. So the last one we had was in 2018. It was a 35-day shutdown. I was fine. I didn't care. I was like, all right, well, they're going to pay me when I get back. But this time around, this is not, they're threatening to fire people, and they've been doing that all year. And Trump's time on Earth. Well, Kat, I'm not God, so I'm not really able to do that. I don't want to do that. But all right, let me get back to this. So I'm talking about the shutdown. So what we would have to do, and it takes a lot to shut down the government. I think I used to talk about this before, but for me personally, when I was there, so I managed contracts, and I would have to tell them whether or not my contractors could still work if we shut down. And normally it was no, because you can't work without the core for the most part. But I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to do that this time around, but I do really feel badly for anybody who's still there. And with all of the trauma and the rifts and the just gutting of the agencies, it's very hard. And now they're threatening to fire everybody. So this shutdown's not good. And it's expensive to shut down the government and then bring it back up again because everything has to stop. Servers are turned off, systems are, I mean, it's stupid. And it's not the Democrats' fault, it is Trump's fault. So, all right, what was I going to say about the shutdown? I don't know. I'm not sure how long this one will last. I think they're starting to talk about it. I know Todd was asking about that yesterday, but it hadn't happened yet. But I think I actually might wait a little bit to read on that because I need to find out. Because I know it has to do with the healthcare subsidies. I can't talk. Subsidies that are not in the CR or the budget or whatever they're trying to do. It's usually a CR, so I don't know. Do you guys want me to look at that at all? I know you guys were talking about the national parks. Yeah, you have to check if you're going to the parks. I mean, it unless people are essential, they'll still be working. So there might have to be somebody somewhere at the national parks. But if they close them, then I don't know. May not be able to go. Okay. All right, let me check your questions. All right, I did this one. Okay, so Rose Blue was asking, will the National Guard go home because they're not getting paid now? I think they're on a different pay. I'm not positive, but I'm not sure because aren't they the states to pay? So I don't know that I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I can't. Does anyone know in comments? Because that would make a difference. But no kidding, Sheilah. Yeah. Full tilt destroy mode. Yes, I know. It is crazy. All right, but I can't, I'm not sure. I can't answer this. I thought that National Guard, I know, but they're the states. So like Maryland has a National Guard, so don't know that the federal government would pay for that. So I don't know. I think I'm going to have to pass on that question. I'm afraid to get that one. I'm not sure. Okay, Spain banning us from using U.S. military bases there to funnel weapons to Israel while others follow suit. Ooh, I didn't hear that. All right, but let's go ahead and read on it. That's a good question. I'll do it. I will do it. Since I pick some cards, let's see. I'll use a cute ghost. The other version. Oops. Hello out there. I see I've got 30 people watching my brand new channel here through Homeland Security. I'm not sure how that works necessarily, Rose Blue. I'm not really. Yeah. I'm not sure about that. Maybe somebody can Google it and come back and let me know. That would be good. That would help. So, because that's a good question. And I'm afraid to get into that one without knowing that piece. But they could also be, if they were federal, that he could call them essential. So, but then again, there's criteria that would make them, I don't know. But I think they're already on a mission. So I think they would stay. But we'll have to see. That's one reason I want to go downtown too. I want to see what's going on. Go back to Union Station, Okay. So the question is that Spain is banning the United States from using their military bases in order to funnel weapons to Israel. And she wants to know if others will follow suit. Oh, military. Well, ask National Guard, Old Silver, not military. Ask National Guard. Because I think they belong to the state, but I'm not positive. So that's the distinction. Okay. Ace of Blades, Ace of Swords. So again, this comes up constantly in these readings today. So I think it's a victory for Europe, I guess, or for to stop us from doing that. Now, obviously, Taco is supporting him because he just had him there, right? 2 coins. I don't know. It's trying to I want to say diplomacy for this, figuring out how to manage the situation with everything going on. 9 of coins. So yes, of course, there's money involved. There's money involved in everything, but moving, weapons and equipment and things like that. So I don't know how that's gonna. I think I'm feeling like that will affect. That is Israel, will affect them and us. I mean, I don't know. It's probably gonna piss off Taco, the star. Yes, it's not going his way. He'll probably get diplomacy. Yeah, he's gonna get mad at Spain. Is Tyler Robinson the shooter? Is he the one they arrested? I think yes. I think he admitted it. So I think so. Yes, Cat. Page of Sticks. Helpful information. Okay. And I had not heard about this, so I'm totally reading on this blindly. But it could be a start. I'm trying to get into the energy on it. It could be the start of more countries doing that. I mean, right now, everybody's pretty mad at us. Rightly so, right now. So, I mean, I'm okay if people don't want to buy our products right now because the United States is acting like dumb bunnies, dumbbells, or whatever. Being stupid. Okay. So, yeah, the world. Look, I got the world in here, right? All right, so we got the 3 of coins. So there's collaboration. There's people working together. So maybe the other countries are talking to them and they're looking at the situation and everybody's the world is involved in here. The other countries, everybody's kind of, watching what Spain's doing and they're talking to them, looking at their situation. And this is the vigilance. Yeah, they might be trying to stop Israel. Now, I think a lot of the sentiment has changed on this from where it used to be a couple years ago when the initial attack happened, because Israel started acting like a bad actor and they're just killing people, and that's not good. And we need to find another way. And we need the hostages back, and they need to. That was horrible. That whole thing was just awful. There is movement. Okay. It's possible we'll find another place to put those weapons to get them to Israel. I don't put anything past Taco and Keg Seth. So how they're going to figure out where to move things. I think it's going to get to them anyway. So it just feels like it's going to get there anyway. I think I made the camera too dark. Well, new camera over here, so I had to change the brightness. Maybe I made it too dark now. I feel like I'm disappearing. All right. It does. It looks like I'm getting darker. All right. YouTube is hard. Okay. So, I don't know. I think they'll probably get that. Okay. All right. So Kat was asking, am I picking up his time on Earth being short? Okay. Now, the way I look at this, and I've kind of talked about this before, I'm not seeing people die. Okay. I'm not God. I don't want to do that. I feel like I'm overstepping. However, I have been right, which I didn't report on in YouTube, attempts against him, and they did happen. And my excuse is that I don't want the Secret Service at my door. So I'm afraid to really read on that stuff. And I have had other readers say to me, because I've been like, be careful. And they're like, well, the Secret Service isn't watching. However, somebody else might be watching the video and might report you to the Secret Service. So people need to be careful. You do need to be careful with this subject. However, I will say, and I was going to read on cankles and all that stuff. We are going to do it. So I will take that. So a little background first, and we'll talk about him. So I'm not going to tell you whether or not he's going to go, but he's not well. So Cankles has just recently forgotten what year he was first inaugurated. So he's already forgetting things, although I'm starting to do that, and probably because I'm just too quiet. So when I get out here and work, I'll quit doing those things too. But he's the president. I'm not. So he's the president of the United States and can't remember when he was inaugurated. He doesn't seem to know. He seems confused. He does have dementia running in his family. His father had it. And, he hasn't been well. I don't know about the venous insufficiency thing or if it's something else. And I've heard that it could be, what's it called? Like little heart. What's it called? It's like a heart thing. He might be having like mini strokes or something. What do you say? Okay. Well, I know. I just don't want you guys, don't hang your hat on this because health is rough to look at. And we don't really have the power. We're not, again, like I said, we're not God or all that is. And it's kind of like you're going a little too far. So I'm not going to tell you that. I won't be able to tell you that. I don't want to be able to tell you that. Because I feel like that's overstepping for me. Yeah, congestive heart failure. Yes, Krasnov. Well, here's the thing though, Corey. I'm not sure that he's going to be full term though. And that's for other reasons too. And we know he should be impeached for everything. And everything he's doing is illegal. High crimes and misdemeanors. And he's already a criminal. And he's trampling all over the Constitution, which is dear to my heart. And I pulled out a nice little handy one for me instead of my big book. But, I just think it's important to keep around. You can download something from the web if you want one. But I don't know. I think he could be in trouble. And what he just did with the generals isn't going to help him. And again, they can refuse unlawful orders. And they were just given some unlawful orders. And they don't have to do it. And they can say, no, we're not gonna send our troops there. So that's not true, Corey. We still have impeachment. We still have the Constitution, and we can remove him. And I don't care. He does not have full immunity. I know everybody thinks this, and I had a little argument with my mom, but when I read there about it, and she's feeling like a lot of you do, but if you read what they wrote, it basically says that he has immunity for things that he does in his official capacity. Never in a government employee position or the president or vice president or anybody else do you have the right to break the law in your official capacity, because then you're no longer in your official capacity. You're outside of it. So they can remove him. The problem is they don't have the guts to remove him, which is making me crazy because he should not be there at all. Impeach in 8647. I should have my hat on. I don't have it, but it's over there. But, Yes, we can remove him. And I don't want everyone to think that we have no power here, because we do. And we need to continue. The military, oh, I don't know that. They can arrest for treason. I never heard that. Well, first of all, the military can't arrest because they don't do law enforcement. Posse Comitatus Act. So I think that the police probably would do that. Yes, 25th Amendment. Ooh, that's a good question. So I think 25th, and see, there's another thing that they can do too, is 25th Amendment. The problem is we've got so many cowards up there. There's too many cowards on the Capitol Hill. And I'm also saying that for some of the Democrats. Although there's some stars, there's some rock stars up there. Jasmine Crockett she's amazing. Oh my God. Yeah, Jasmine AOC. You know, there's a lot of them. There are. But claircognizant is one of your traits. Yeah, I know. Our police, Stevie Mill. Oh, I know. Yeah, I hate vote. I just fucking hate him. So I can't help it. All right, let's go. Let's look at the cards. I know I start going. All right, let's. All right. I can sit here talking, and you guys want to see cards. What am I going to use? I'll use this. Regular cards. Yes, I think she's amazing. I love watching her go at it. But there's a lot of them. Muskowitz has been good, and Murphy, and of course Jamie Raskin, and there's a lot of them. They're starting to get it. The Democrats are starting to get a little bit more scrappy, so that's good. All right, let's see. 25th Amendment. Do we see that in the future? I don't know. I just feel like this cabinet's not going to want to, because they're all breaking the law too. RFK Jr. just needs to be bounced. I'm just done. I'm just like, I escaped him by like 2 days. I got out before. Ooh. All right. This is interesting. All right. We have anxiety. Yes. I mean, even Pritzker is a little bit nervous. Yes, Frost. He's another one. So, yeah, not enough, but they're getting there. It is contagious. The more people do it, the better. So that's why the protests are so important, the peaceful protests. All right. So, yeah, so there is a lot of anxiety, at least coming from Pritzker's area up in Chicago. I mean, he's doing really great. He's out there. He's saying, no, we're not. It got Taco to chicken out. Okay. But they're still worried, and there's still attacks on other cities from the worst president in history. 10 of Swords. So, basically, it just feels like, I will say this for Taco. Since he's not actually leading the country, I mean, this is really, I mean, he's in ruins. He really is. He's destroyed himself. And it's just a matter of time. I just feel like something's going to happen with him eventually. Now, if the Democrats get the House, and I'd love for them to get the Senate, because then we can get rid of him. But yeah, Pritzker's showing a strong front. He's getting out there and trying to get people. Yeah, I mean, I think he's trying to get the idea out there. It's just, the problem is the administrative. I mean, the cabinet's just not going to do it. They're just not going to do it. And again, they want to stay in power for all the money that they're getting with the 10 of Pentacles, and we have this thievery happening. They just want to keep. I don't know. I don't think it's going to go. These cards are really just not going there. The World, we got completion. Okay. Stability, mystery, psychic danger. So, yeah, the mastery of the situation. They're kind of like, No, this cabinet's not going to do it. They are mastering the art of stomping all over the Constitution. It's not going to go anywhere, and he's still too stable. Although there's still some stuff, there's some questions out there about what can happen. Oh, Fonnie Willis. Yeah, all this garbage. Let's see. I don't know. I don't think it's going to take. I just don't. So, but the best thing is, I think Taco's going to do himself in anyway. I really do. I mean, he's doing a good job. Yesterday was great performance. So none of those people respect him, and he needs them to. I wonder if they might. I was thinking when I was looking at that too. I'm still talking about that, but a vote of what's the word? No confidence vote or something. I don't know how they would do their dissent. They might have dissent, a way to do that, although that's going to make everybody lose their minds, because every agency now, whenever they do a dissent or letter of dissent or something, well, you know what? Maybe they don't even have to do that. They could just say, no, we're not going to follow your orders, and we're not, this is what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to lead us this way, and if you can't, then we're going to not do that. When you come back to us when you want us to do X, Y, Z. I don't know. If enough of them are doing that, I mean, because I feel like they could run Kegseth out. I really do. And, push back on Taco, and he'll stop. All right, let me see. All right, so you were asking about, Fonnie Willis. I know they keep trying to dig up all this dirt on people. It's just, they're not getting anywhere. And I think Comey's going to be safe. I think he'll be fine. And, Kash Patel, I was going to read on him. But again, I haven't done one of these in a while. I think the more I do this, I get better at speeding things up and, handling it. So I'm out of practice. I have another one of these next week too. So, all right. Yeah, Kash Patel. Yeah, see, what I wanted to touch on real fast. Okay, I touched on Saccharin Mike. I can delete that one. I was going to look, I was going to look at independent media. I did this one. The troops in the cities, Hertling. I talked about the government shutdown. I was going to look at what the Dems wanted, the healthcare subsidies. We didn't get into all that. Kankles. ICE is the most corrupt government agency. I did not realize they were as corrupt as they are. And Kash Patel went to New Zealand and presented 3D printed guns to their leaders over there. And that's a criminal offense. It's 5 year, I think it's 5 years or 3 to 5 years in jail. And so, yeah. Cashed your head. All right, well, let's look at Fonnie Willis. So that's a good one. All right, new cards. For her, I'm going to use the Owl Tarot. The Tarot of the Owls. Yeah. I better do this. I don't know if I shuffled it from the last one, but I'm getting ready to stop soon. I want to burn myself out. Then you won't see me. So I'm trying to do this. Try to keep these first couple of shows just to an hour while I get myself together. And I am looking at trying to get collaborations started again. So I need to get some of the readers. I love their energy. It's fun to read with other people, It is. And we have good people. We have a lot of great people in our community, and we all do it differently. And so, other people look at other issues, other things than I do, and that's fine. And they're not wrong. That's what they want to do. I respect it. Okay, the sun. All right, we have the sun. So just like what was the lady? Letitia James or whatever, how they're trying to get her. There's a couple of them for the mortgage fraud thing. It's just no, it's not going to go. Fonnie Willis, probably, I'm sure she's safe with this. She had some problems during the trial, something with that other attorney. I mean, I hope she'll be all right, you know, but I think they might run into some trouble. I mean, what they have to do is find a federal crime. They have to find a federal crime, you know, if they want to get her, because it's just she's in Georgia. So I don't know. I hope not. Queen of Wands. I think she's probably aware and is shoring up her own resources. She knows she may hear of them trying to dig around. I just get the sense, and I love the owls because it makes me feel like there's eyes on what's going on. Like she's very aware in her surroundings, and if there's somebody poking around, she might hear about it. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, slow moving potential. And Emperor. Oh, geez. Yes, all roads lead back to the taco, to Kenkles. No, it's manufactured. It'll be manufactured. Will she be okay? Let's pull 3. 5 of Cups, Lovers, 8 of Pentacles. I feel like she's safe. You know, he's going to have disappointment. It's not going to go the way he wants it to go. They're having such horrible luck with their fake charges on everybody. You know, I know, but that's like, they're just trying to manufacture. They're digging into her travel records. I mean, come on. These people are evil. So the Lovers, I think she's got people that are looking out for her. And, you know, like 8 of Pentacles. Like I don't know. You know, she's, of course, the Attorney General. She's got this, I don't know, I don't want to say the skills. I have to find my words reading again. It's just kind of, it's like a muscle. You have to use it. So I haven't been doing it. All right, let's just 8 of Pentacles. It's usually hard work, purpose. She might be able to head them off. She knows that see, if you know that they're looking at the travel, she knows that they're doing it, right? King of Cups. Okay, so this makes me feel like, she's honorable, and we've got the Queen of Wands in there too. So I just feel like I think she's going to be okay. She might. So I think she's going to be all right. All right. So I don't know. I think with that, I think I might stop because I'm just trying to get back in the flow. I know I probably was a little choppy today. I just have to get used to this. And it's like 7 o'clock. So I start getting tired. I might have to do it earlier, but I might change it to an earlier time. Who knows? Maybe I need to do it at 5. We'll see. 6 might be too late. But I thought I'd try to do evening. We'll figure it out. I'm trying to get, I want to get back in. I'm going to eventually start the personal readings too, just to get going, because I haven't been using any of my muscles on this stuff, my spirituals and medium muscles and all that stuff. And it helps with this. And I mean, I still get information, but, well, it's not my first live in a long time, but I really haven't been. 2025 has been traumatic with having to retire after 34 and a half years with all this craziness. And then 2 months later, they deleted my office, the entire office. And so I'm watching people's careers going. I mean, it's been painful. It's been absolutely painful, and to watch everything. And so I didn't feel like I could really do any good for you guys until I'm okay. And I'm there now. I think I'm there. I went away. I got to see the ocean and found out that there was so much sand. I haven't used my legs as much. I couldn't walk. But, you know, I want to get back in here and, here's where I need to be. And I love you guys. And I'm not going away. I refuse. And especially with everything going on, I need to push back against the taco and his illegal stuff he's doing to us. So we're not giving up. We're not giving up our Constitution. We're not going to give up our rights, and we're not going to capitulate. We're not going to give up, and we're not going to give in to their craziness. Like whenever we're protesting, we're peaceful. Don't forget, October 18th is No Kings version 2. So if you can, get involved and stay peaceful. And no matter what they try to do, you say, oh, we love you. Pick a finger. But I don't know. But you don't have to, don't engage and stay, be out there if you want to. And, I helped you with the job thing in 2023. Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, viva la resistance. Exactly. We will get through it. And just know that at least here, I'm trying to be optimistic. And I'm from having been in the government for so long too, I also want to help in some other ways into how, interpret some of what's going on. And I know I'm a little rusty. I'm going to get better. And I promise you I will. And I will have collaborations again. I think a lot of people forgot about me because I kind of disappeared, but it's all right. There's a lot of time. I don't have anything else to do. So deal with this house. But all right, you guys have a great evening. And thank you for spending your time with me. And if you like this content, please like and subscribe and hit the bell. I really appreciate it. And it'll help me to do more of this and pay for all these cameras and everything I'm constantly buying for anyway. And there's more to come. I am going to try to go down to Union Station this week, Thursday or Friday, depending on weather. And it was really funny. I was kind of telling my mom I was going to go back down. I was like, oh, it's going to get cold. And my mom's like, that's why they have coats. Can't tell her anything. So yes, that's why they have coats. So I will wear one. All right, you guys, have a great evening and see you on the next one. And I'll probably do some recorded readings, have some more next week or this weekend, or depends what's going on. All right. See you guys.